was beginning, 6-count Lindy Hop, class number 5. We started with knee slaps.
We did knee slaps in solo jazz. So last week we ended up with, we did, oh my gosh, I can't remember what's the thing right before this? Oh, rocks. We did rocks. So last week we ended on 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 2, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And we do 8 knee slaps. And then we do single, single, double. So we have single, single, double, single, single, double, hold, stomp off. So the hold is on count 7, the stomp off is on and 8. And if you want to see the whole routine, you can go look at the whole thing in your playlist. But we go back to the beginning right after that. So you're back to your heel steps right after that part, and then we're going to repeat it with the song twice, I believe. We'll do that next week. We'll just try running the whole thing all the way through.
Great. Then we did Frankie, we went over Frankie 6s, spent some time reviewing that. That is on video number 4, details of Frankie 6s. We're not going to go through the whole thing again, but a couple things we talked about. One, you have your footwork and your rhythm. The footwork is the same for every single move, so making sure you keep that consistent rhythm right under your body. That step, step, triple step for every movement. And then also having the moves flow. So just putting it together so that one move really flows nicely into the next. Maybe we just do it once, we can kind of show you this idea. So the first thing is that tuck turn where you switch the hand. Here, a sneak kick, we got us in and out and around and then out and in and around and then to this, cross-handed, back to side by side. They just flow super nicely. So instead of thinking about it maybe as individual moves, thinking about it as one whole thing where each move sets up the next move. Then we added a couple of ideas. We did a cross-handed pass by so that we completely switch places with our partners. Right to right hand, like a handshake position. Rock, step, triple step, or rock, step, triple step. It's the same as you guys have done before with this hand, but this you're just hanging on. Now we're gonna do this. We talked about how that you could put that in your Frankie 6s. So for example, you could do your tuck turn, and here, instead of going straight into Frankie 6s, you could do a couple of those if you wanted to. Then when you're ready, you can go into this part. Then you go towards the end of your Frankie 6s. You can do the same thing right here as a variation, so you're not always doing the same thing. You can do a couple of these, and when you're ready, please, you can bring your partner back to side by side. Was there another variation that we talked about? Do you remember? Cross-handed pass by and cuddle. The cuddle, but before that, wasn't there one other little, tuck turn into it, right?
Yeah, or send out.
Oh, send out, yes. You could do, because send outs you guys have already worked on. The straight out, you could just change your handhold to a cross-handed position and then get into some of those pass bys, right? So we're starting to bring in some of the things you guys learned the previous weeks and integrate them with Frankie 6s. We did the cuddle. This was the other new thing we did. We'll show it from a couple different angles. Maybe I show it here first so they can see you. To the side here.
Sure.
So bringing your partner leads into your side, your right side, and then it's this feeling of out and in and around. Then you can just drop this hand and bring your partner right back in after. To get into actually open position, we did this a couple of weeks ago. From a send out, you can just put your hand here.
Sorry, that was the weirdest send out I ever did.
It felt a little weird, but I didn't want to say anything. You can just put out that hand and take a 2-hand hold right here. Let's do it from this position so you can kind of see. Yep, maybe from the send out here. So send out, 2-hand hold, and then the pedal is just rock, step, triple step, feels like a tuck turn, in and around. You can just drop this hand, and then you're back doing things that you're used to doing. Was that it for tonight?
I think so.
I think so. Just a reminder, you've got different handholds, right? You've got this 2-hand hold you can do when you're in this open position. You've got this cross-hand hold you can do when you're doing these pass bys, for example. You've got your regular handhold position that you could use to do a over-the-head turn. We haven't talked about this other one, but you can certainly use the other one too to just do a turn with your partner back to side by side. So if you start being kind of flexible with those handholds, for that follows, we talked about just keeping your hands in a position where basically where the lead left it is a good place to keep it, but right here so it's easy to find when you're switching around.
That's it.
Good job. Hope you guys come Thursday night stomp. Annie and the Fur Trappers right here. Hope you come dance with us.